Hi guys, welcome to Nerd Bites, and this is going to be my rerun review for Captain America The First Avenger. Just before we begin, spoilers alert. If you haven't seen the film, go watch it, then come and listen to my review. Continuing on with the Marvel Cinematic Universe films, this is the 5th film leading up to the Avengers, which is next. This is Captain America The First Avenger. This film I think was, personally, I think it was the weakest out of the standalone films so far. But I still really enjoyed it. I didn't come away disappointed, and it was one of those films where, yeah, we definitely had to see it because it was, basically a build-up for the Avengers, which was following on from it. We begin the film with Red Skull finding the Tesseract in Germany, I believe, and that's how we start the film. Obviously, we don't know what this is at that point, but we later find out that it is the Tesseract. Obviously, it's set in the 40s and World War II, Hydra being this kind of Nazi subdivision led by obviously the Red Skull, which is Hugo Weaving's character, which was perfect casting because he played that role with such excellence. It was an incredible role. It was awesome. Steve Rogers, played by Chris Evans, he starts out as a weedy little kid. With the CGI they've done as well with that, with his head on this little kid's body, was awesome. I think they did that really well. It was completely seamless. So he starts off as a weedy kid. He wants to go out and join the army, but he keeps getting refused because he's just not physically capable. Then he gets given a chance by a doctor, he gets into a regiment, and then he gets given the super serum and gets turned into the Captain America we know and love. The chemistry between Captain America and Agent Carter was pretty good as well. I also liked Captain America and Bucky's chemistry. I think character-wise, I think they did really well with this film. I don't think it was the best film in the world, but as far as building up characters of friendships and love and all this kind of stuff, they did pretty damn well with it, and that is kind of hats off to the actors as well. The thing I really liked about this film was that the era, they captured the era of World War II in the 40s really, really well. I think it was an awesome way to do it. I mean, there was rumours going around for a long time that they were just going to do Captain America in the regular time and forget about him being in World War II, but I'm glad they stayed with the World War II idea because it was awesome. It was a way of making us go, yeah, this character is a good character, a good person, and it just, the arc and the way they built him up was really, really good. He was a really good person that just wanted to be in the war. He wanted to save people and help people, and then that led him on to becoming Captain America, one of the most justified characters in all of Marvel. When he gets into the war, he has a goofy kind of classic Captain America outfit with the original shield, talking off cue lines to the rest of the army, and he's not being taken seriously. Eventually he finds out that Bucky, his best mate, has been captured by others, and he decides to go off and save him. He managed to get him as well as all the other people out, and then it's people calling him Captain America, and then after that it's kind of like they do a massive montage of him saving people, blowing up tanks, beating people up, using his shield. Just an awesome thing. The first encounter he has with Red Skull was really quite awesome when they finally lock eyes, and then what's-his-face, Armin Zola, uses the lever and separates the bridge, and they're busy talking, and then he rips off his fake face and reveals himself as the Red Skull, which was awesome. I've always loved the characters of these two put together, and obviously the casting was perfect for this. Red Skull is obviously using the Tesseract, the cube thing that we see in the Avengers. He's using it to enhance weapons and everything for the Nazi subdivision of Hydra. And that's basically the gist of the story, that Captain America is trying to stop him from doing that. You see him use it a few times. He uses it on a few colleagues of his, killing them instantly. Armin Zola obviously being on his side, but a little bit reluctant at the same time. The train fight as well, when they zip wire down to the train and they're trying to take Armin Zola out, and then you lose Bucky. You think, as far as you know, you've lost Bucky. He falls down and he's not able to save him. You think Bucky's dead. Obviously Captain America gets quite angry with that, and then he goes off on a rampage to stop the Red Skull on his bike, taking down loads of people. Then he gets taken into the Red Skull. They have a little bit of a talk, and he goes, "What's so special about it?" He goes, "I'm nothing, I'm just a kid from Brooklyn." And it's just that thing, that even though he's a super soldier and he's a big strong man, he's the strongest man in the entire army, he's still got that humanity to him, that kind of, well, I might be strong, but I don't really care, you know what I mean? I'm gonna do what's right regardless of whether I'm strong, and that just maintains how much of a good person he is. The final fight with him and Red Skull on the plane was pretty damn awesome as well. Obviously the choreography wasn't as good as it was in later films, but it was still, still good enough anyway. The fact is, obviously with Red Skull, he might be strong, but I don't think he's as strong as Captain America, so I don't think it's necessarily a fair fight. And then Red Skull gets taken up into the power of the Tesseract, and taken off into the Nine Realms, and we assume he's dead, and we haven't seen him since. But personally, I still think he's alive, because he didn't exactly die. He kind of faded into the cosmos, and it's kind of like, well, I think that at some point he might be back. It might not be Hugo Weaving, but I think he might be back at some point, maybe in Infinity War. After the Red Skull's gone, he has to take down the plane because it's going to destroy loads of different cities with all these bombs attached to it. It can't do anything about it but put it down into the ice and go with it. And then he dies, well, assuming obviously he dies. And then obviously he gets frozen and he gets woken up 60 years later. They put him in kind of a makeshift kind of 1940s bedroom, like hospital type thing. Then he realises that the game that's on the radio said I was there, and it freaks him out. He runs out, obviously goes into the middle of the city. It's all 21st century, really confused, and then he gets stopped by all of the SHIELD members. Nick Fury gets out, and you know, he's basically saying you've been asleep for 60 years. And it's just really awesome the way they kind of brought that into it, and it's basically, we know, right, the Avengers is next. This is the final stop before we get to see them all team up. As far as an end credit scene goes, we don't really get one. We just get a quick kind of trailer type thing for the Avengers, a really quick one, shows you a few bits and bobs here and there, and that's the end of it. I would have preferred an end credit scene really, but I don't really know what else they can do, to be honest, but you know, fair enough. It's still got me pumped up, the Avengers, because I'm finally seeing them all on the same screen. So that's what I thought of Captain America The First Avenger. Again, not my favourite one, but still by no means rubbish. It was a good film, and I would have to give this a 3-star. So that's what I thought of Captain America The First Avenger. What did you think about it? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Let me know down in the comments or send me an email. You can also find me in the various social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram and moviepilot.com. Just type in Nerd Bites anywhere and I'm sure you'll find me. And of course, keep it nerdy.